Jesus began to walk through this area where these men that had lepers, and the Bible says they saw Jesus coming. And the Bible says that they lifted or they raised their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. Now they cried out. They didn't just whisper. They had to yell out, because remember, the Bible says they stood afar off. Now, I like this about the lepers, and one thing you've got to know, that tradition told them to cry, unclean, unclean, right? So while Jesus was walking past, they should have been crying, unclean, unclean. Y'all not with me tonight, are you? But instead of crying, unclean, unclean, here these 10 men, they cried out, Jesus, Master. I'm going to preach. If y'all don't like it, that's all right. He said, Master. Now, I like this word master because it comes from a Greek word which means commander. In other words, they said, Jesus, commander, have mercy. Have you ever been there where you know that nobody could help you but Jesus? Y'all not, oh. Have you ever been there where it seemed like you were at the end of your rope and you knew nobody, your mother couldn't help you, your father couldn't help you? Oh, God, help me. Your husband, your wife, I've been there where I didn't feel like nobody could help me. But thank God, once you learn and know about Jesus, you can cry like the 10 lepers, Jesus! Master, commander. Now, notice this. Somebody had to get word to these lepers that he was a commander. Because remember, they were cast outside of the camp. Somebody had to walk past and slip them a note or something, because they just didn't just hear about Jesus just by the airways. There was no television back in that day. Y'all know that. There wasn't no radio back in that day. You had to communicate by mouth or on paper. So somebody, Pastor, had to slip them a word and said, have you heard about the commander, the one that raised the dead daughter of Jairus? Somebody had to hear and slip him a note that he raised up Lazarus after he had been stinking in the grave for 4 days. Somebody had to slip him a note and say, did you hear about Jesus? He opened the blind beggar's eyes. Did you hear about Jesus? He raises from the dead. He opens blinded eyes. He causes the lame to walk, the dumb to speak. Did you hear that he got on the ship and commanded